Welcome to today's episode of Your Talk Time with Lindsy Bivens
and Sonjia Pelton-Sam, a show that brings together real people with real issues and comes up with real winning strategies and solutions.
So today we have an amazing guest with us today, Miss Angela Cremier. Welcome.
Hello, thank you so much for having me today.
We are excited to have you, and we can't wait to jump into all of the things we will talk about today. So first, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm originally from Virginia, moved here to Houston, Texas about 13 years ago, been in education, higher education for over 15 years. And I decided, that I wanted to start a business. So I started my business, which is Visual Business Solutions, and we're a social media management company, and we help business owners manage their social media, create ads, content, and graphics, and post it for them so they won't have to worry about that. And it gives them time and value back into their business so they can focus on what's most important is servicing their clients.
Wow, that's a mouthful.
It is. So tell us just a little bit about how you got started.
And let me tell you a little bit about the story first, because I know sometimes we think that, everything comes easy or whichever. I started businesses before, and, sometimes you fail, at starting different businesses, but you learn along the way every time. So I got to the point where I went back to school. I, got my education and got a master's degree in business administration, and decided I wanted to use that, but what could I do with it? And it was about, helping, business owners. I wanted to help, my dad, when he's an entrepreneur and has always, been since he was 18, and I always wanted to help him. So I had that passion for helping others and growing their business. And that's basically what I did is, I said, okay, let me create something that can help business owners and help them grow, but also, help them, give back some time for them so they can do what they do best.
So I have to say, we want to know more about your business, but we got to get in your business first. Okay, so you touched on the fact that this isn't your first rodeo. This isn't your first time with, starting a business. So tell us, what was your first business or your previous businesses?
The very first business, take it all the way back to like 2005.
Oh, that's
I
back.
created an errand service business,
Okay.
basically helping people, with shopping, helping them also with, dry cleaning and things like that, almost like a household service, personal service, or if you're pregnant and then you have children at home and you can't get to the grocery store, so like that was the very first one that I started, was the errand service.
So what did you learn from that business that has translated into your current business?
Now I have learned, do not quit, don't stop, keep moving, educate yourself, and just keep on pushing forward.
Beautiful. So what I hear from you is problem solver. I mean, that's kind of what I hear that is synonymous between the first business and what you're doing now with Visual Business Solutions, that you're really a problem solver.
Yes.
Do you believe yourself to be a problem solver?
I believe that. I was thinking about that actually not too long ago, and I was like, it's really solving a problem, and that's what my ultimate goal is, and is really to solve a problem. Before it was more personal side, and now it's for the entrepreneur, the small business owner, to really solve a problem for them and assist them with growth.
So now, who do you say has been the greatest impact on you, like in your business, in your life? Who's really impacted you in that way?
My mom has really been, always supportive, always with any business that I started. She's always been very supportive of me, and she was like, one day you're going to make it. She said, you keep on trying, you keep on trying, and one thing I see is that you don't give up, and she said, you're going to make it. And then I know, even me and Lindsay had a conversation, and she said some of the same things our mom said, and my mom, with this business, she was like, I think you got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I feel like that, So she thought that, and that was just very, confirming for me. And then when Lindsay said, I was like, okay, that's confirmation.
Yeah.
And, I feel the same way.
So yeah, just keeping strong women behind you. That's really good. That's really needed today, a support group.
Support system, absolutely.
So I'd love to hear some more about Visual Business Solutions. You kind of ran through what you do. Walk us through some of the things. So I know that is kind of social media management for entrepreneurs and small business owners. tell us some of the pain points for entrepreneurs and small business owners.
And some of the pain points that I get, when I have my consultations, with my clients and everything, they say, I know I need to have a social media page. I have one, but I don't do too much on it. And it's like, I really need help. So, helping them with that to really make sure that it stays consistent, make sure that they're posting every day, make sure that we have, different graphics and everything like that every day, and really helping them. But also with that, not just, just posting and creating graphics and content for them. I'm also a business consultant with them as well, too. If I see something else that's needed, if they need to, go live, if they need to create a strategy for their event, and make sure that they're marketing that. So behind that is also a business consultant that I will also review your business. I'm also, looking at, you online and see what other strategies that can help you take you to the next level.
So what would you tell them, like right now, today, about social media and how it will really impact your business and your life? Like what would you tell them? Like you tell them to post every week? Would you tell them to post every other day? Like what would you tell them?
I would say you need to be consistent and stay visible and post every day. At least once a day, but if not, 2 to 3 times a day, to make sure that you're posting, make sure that you're staying consistent. Because the thing is with social media, if you're hit and miss, what I call it, then a lot of times people will forget. So you have to make sure that you stay right in front of them every single day.
I know Sonjia and I are both business owners ourselves, and I know for me, now that I'm a few years into, owning a business, operating a business, you can wear so many hats, especially if you're an entrepreneur, solopreneur. You don't have a team of people supporting you necessarily. And then you have these other things that seem more critical that you have to focus on. Social media can be the last thing. That can be the thing that you miss, because that's not really high priority when you think of your role as a business owner. Sometimes that can fall kind of in the background. So being consistent, I know that has been a struggle for me. And I myself, I've hired Angela to support me, and it's been beautiful. Wow. Yes, she is helping me to remain consistent with social media. So awesome.
And I think that is very important. Like if you cannot find a way to be consistent, is that you need to get somebody that can help you, that is consistent. Yes. So I know you can plan, and you can do all kind of planners and say, hey, I'm going to get up in the morning and post at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock or in the evening when you get off work. But if you see that that is not working for you, I think that you should get somebody like Angela that can really help you out, because it is important today. Social media is like the new advertising of today. People see you and they need you to show up. Your target audience needs you to show up.
Yes.
Yeah.
So talk about, maybe someone who can't afford, right? So remembering my entrepreneurial journey, oh my goodness. So I relaunched The Author's Pen, my business, back in 2016. I didn't have 2 nickels to rub together. So the idea of hiring anybody for anything was ridiculous. If you can, talk to business owners, entrepreneurs who will see this show, and talk with them about some things they can do kind of right where they are. Those who are aspiring or just getting started, who need that consistency. What things can they do, even if they can't afford to hire you now? What can they do to stay relevant? Yeah.
So right now, basically what you can do is like set a day, even if it's like, on a Sunday or on a Saturday, set a day that you can really create like your graphics and your content. There's some great platforms out there that you can create, graphics like Canva and, like Photoshop and things like that you can create. Sit down, develop a strategy. Number one is develop that strategy so that every day what you're posting. Also too, if it's something that you're posting between Monday, and Friday, if you have like a particular, Success Monday or, something like that. And then just sit down and just strategize, create your graphics, create your content. Also educate yourself, on the field that you're in, and then also YouTube. It's great. To learn as much as you possibly can, and then just schedule your post out.
They call it YouTube University.
YouTube University. Also, with the DIY, like we were talking about when you're getting started, what would you tell them about being consistent on branding so people know who you are when you come across?
Oh yeah, make sure that you definitely have, like, even if it's like your coloring, your graphics and things like that, your logo, because people will know you from that, from your colors and your logo. People will know. So just being consistent with that as well.
Because I'm gonna give you a little bit about me. When I first showed up, I was all over the place because I'm a creative and I am an art teacher also. So I just like colors. When colors show up, I show up. And I remember once I really got serious, I remember people telling me, you got to be consistent with your brand. Just because you like orange today, if that's not your brand, you just can't show up with orange. You just can't show up with green saying it's Money Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? So just being really consistent with your brand, and I've found that to be, it's kind of hard sometimes because I love colors, but I learned that that's very, very important.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I had a potential client the other day. She wanted me to look at her Instagram, and she said, I really want to grow my following. I said, okay, well, send me the link. Let me take a look at it, and I'll do a quick audit. And so it was her personal page, but her business page, and I looked at it, and it was all over the place. So you don't want to offend anybody, but you need to help them to make sure that they can really, go to where they want to be. So really being consistent and making sure that the message that you're sending or wanting to send, that it gets out to your ideal client.
Right.
I'm glad you touched on personal. So that was kind of early on that came to mind, but I would like to go there because that's something I've struggled with myself. Having a social media presence, having a business page, and wanting to attract the right clients. How much of my personal life should I share? And how authentic can I be? And still convey the message that I'm about business when it comes to business. So, what's your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, definitely people want to see, whether or not you're, out with your family or whichever, or you have different events, or, the kids going to prom, that's fine.
Right.
But as long as they know that you have some connection to your business, then that's what you want. So they can connect you that, hey, Lindsay is, a mom and a wife, but then she also owns the Arthur's Pen. She's also the host of, of My Message Matters. So you want to make sure that all that's connecting and aligning together.
So no pictures of,
no in the club.
No in the club pictures.
Unless your target audience.
Right.
Unless you're a rapper or a singer, or unless your target audience, then hey,
Yes, or you and your girls turn it up, right? So none of that really, that wouldn't align with my message. It wouldn't align with my audience. So I think that's really great examples because, that's definitely been kind of part of my conversation, auditing myself, critiquing myself, wanting to improve every step of the way. So I definitely know that what you offer is important nowadays. The other thought I had was about reality TV. So again, kind of Instagram comes to mind with sharing personal photos, but now that people are really receptive to real life. When you think of kind of Instagram stories or Facebook Live, it's one thing to post a photo of me and my family together, but how much of our personal lives should we be sharing kind of on the business page for video content?
Now, on your personal life or your business page?
Yes.
No, I think your business page. Your business page needs to be your business page.
Right.
So if you go live on your business page, it needs to be about your business.
Yes.
It's okay for you to go live on your personal page, about what you're, doing, but keeping your business page, and when you go live, make sure that it's about your business. And just giving, different tips, making sure too that you're showing up and going live, because I mean the still photos are okay, the videos that you create are okay, but going live for your audience too. I would say at least once or twice a week, if not more. I know some people are going live every day, but if you can at least go once or twice a week, that's really good.
Awesome.
So also with social media, what can you tell them about like photos and pictures and just really showing up, just not doing the selfie every time, but it's your business page. What do they need to do to really attract the right clientele with photographs.
Like branded photos.
Like branded photos.
Okay.
Yeah, really getting a professional photographer, you know, so that you can have a photo session, and that way they can take, you know, different different poses and things of you maybe actually, you know, working.
Yes.
Or, you know, if you have a conference that's going on, that they're, you know, taking photos of that as well too, of you, like, you know, within your business and you know, with your clients. So just having that, you know, those professional photos as well.
Awesome.
Good.
So we want to kind of turn, if you will, to, I know we've talked a little bit about your inspiration. Tell us, if you will, if there's like a nugget you can give to the audience, you know, kind of real life nugget that connects with what you do professionally. What one nugget would that be?
I have a few.
We have a little time.
Come on,
Let's
give
walk
us the
through it.
nugget.
I have a few. But, you know, for some people that are, you know, just getting started, for some people that are, you know, within it and they may be getting frustrated or whichever, you know, right now, is don't quit. No matter what you do, keep on going. It's going to get hard. It's going to get tough. You're going to have those times that you want to cry. You just want to, you know, throw in the towel, but don't quit. The thing is, if you quit, that fire that's in you is not going to go away until you're acting on that.
Right.
So when you quit, you think that maybe it's gone, or I'm done. But the thing is, you know, it will creep up on you later, and it will still continue to be there. And I'm only speaking from experience, you know, for me, that, you know, you just have to keep on going, because when you quit, sometimes you have to start all over again, and it takes time. So just make sure that you keep on going. Don't quit. Make sure you educate yourself. Get as much knowledge as you can. I know the reality TV shows are great, and we like to get, you know, hooked up in them.
Right.
I know sometimes, you know, with the, you know, listen to different music and things like that, we like to get hooked up in it. But educating yourself. If you're riding in the car, you know, listen to a podcast. You know, if you're getting ready in the morning, you know, watch a YouTube, you know, video or something like that. Making sure that you're picking up a book and you're reading it. And you're educating yourself.
It's really good.
Beautiful. Don't quit. Whatever you do, don't quit.
Don't quit.
When you talk about quitting, it kind of brings to mind what that does to momentum. You know, like when you stop short of your breakthrough, or when you stop short of, you know, really the wealthy place that God has prepared for you. When you stop short of it, you lose all of that momentum, and then you almost have to gather yourself all over again. You know, you to start all over again. And you know, it hit a nerve because I launched my business originally in 2012. Nothing really happened. You know, I'm almost ashamed to say it because nothing really happened. Between 2012 and 2015, I had 2 more babies in between that time. I was working full time. I was really active in a lot of areas of my life. So the business kind of faded in the background. But similar to you, I felt that fire didn't leave me. You know, it just kept calling me back to the business, and I had to relaunch in 2016. But it took every ounce of me to start over. You know, there's this shame connected to failing or stopping short, you know. But that's a real thing, and there's a lot of people who deal with that. And I even have a close friend of mine who had this really successful play from my hometown back in Florida, and she, you know, just stopped. You know, had this great successful event to happen and stopped. So I really connect with you saying just keep going, and sometimes just gathering all of yourself and, you know, leaning into your faith to take just one more step sometimes. Yeah, beautiful.
And also, when we were talking about just keeping going, I'm just brought back to times when I look back and I saw the journey and the process, right? And so people don't see the journey and the process. Like, I posted inspirational things until I knew exactly who I was, exactly who my target audience was, right? I was consistent in what I was doing. So if you have that urge and that fire inside of you, and that you know you're called to be an entrepreneur, start posting now. What are you good at? You know what it is. You know if it's money and if it's finances. You know if it's just helping people out, and you know if it's single moms or whatever it is. Start posting about that now, about that journey. Stop worrying about the numbers, right? Because we always worry about how many people are watching us, right? How many people are liking our pages. It doesn't matter. I found that if I'm helping one person out, if I'm helping
Yes.
2 people out, it's just as important if I am helping 10,000 people, or if 10,000 people are watching me and I help none of them out, right?
Yes.
So it's about whoever you are called to help. So keep going and keep pressing through, because it's a journey for all of us.
Yes.
We just didn't make it here overnight, what we're doing.
Absolutely. And that brings to mind, I saw a post one time, or a quote maybe somewhere, if God can't trust you with one, how can he trust you with 10,000, right? If you can't be faithful to serve the few people that you're called to, you know, when you get started, how can he trust you with 10,000? So that's powerful, you know, just keep going, start where you are. And a lot of times people are waiting to have everything together. You know, they wait to just look good and have all the money together, you know, before they can get started. But I know social media, even though it can be kind of a double-edged sword, right? You can waste time on social media so easily, just scrolling through. But I think it's also been a blessing to us. I know myself personally, maybe you guys can agree, I've gotten business on social media. Okay?
Yes.
Paying clients because I show up on social media. So, you know, even though on one hand it can be something that can distract you, it's also a place where we can show up and we can really get in front of our target audience.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So look, this is beautiful.
So, like, how long have you just been on this journey of what you are doing right now?
What I'm doing right now with Visual Business Solution, it started in 2015. And then where I'm at right now, I did take a little break from it. So it has kind of, I guess, elevated a little bit and taken another journey just with the education and everything that I've received. I started for a little bit in 2016, and I wrote a book. So in the midst of all that, that book has been, you know, kind of sitting back. And I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and make sure I write it. So I published my book in 2017. I traveled all of 2017 speaking at different, you know, events, conferences, and things like that, and just learning along the way. And then after that, I said, okay, God, you know, what is it that you want me to do? And you know, with the social media, I have been learning just for my own, you know, business and everything. And I added that, you know, as one of the services. So now from 2015 and where I am now in 2019, you know, it's just really just elevated just with the education and traveling and, you know, meeting people. And along that journey, that's how I met, you know, Lindsay as well, too. So, you know, it's just, it's definitely been a journey. And where I am now, I'm just truly just blessed and just thankful. And, you know, I just love, you know, helping my clients and everything.
That's really good.
So I have a question with you around meeting people. So I know we met because we're both on a similar journey. How critical or how crucial do you think it is for business owners? So even if you are helping them to manage how they show up online, how important is it for business owners to get out and network and get out and attend conferences and be around other people? What are your thoughts?
Oh, I think it's absolutely necessary for you to get out and network. I mean, go to different conferences, go to different networking events, and just get to know people, because a lot of times those may be the people that are already watching you online, but then they're seeing you, you know, face to face, or vice versa, where you're meeting them face to face and then they start watching you online. So it's definitely important to make sure that you're connecting with people. And that's what, you know, happened to me last year too on that journey of traveling. A lot of my clients now of who met me, you know, with the networking, and then they saw me, you know, online. And so, and sometimes you think when nobody is watching, right? You know, I had one client, she said, I've been watching you, you know, since you spoke at My Message Matters, and she was like, you know, I really need your services, and you know, it just goes from there. So that's very important to network.
And I like when we are talking about networking, because that was my downfall. So I would just stay in the house and I would post. But it wasn't until I got out and I got to meeting people and getting to know people, and people really got to know me and know my personality, is when things really shifted and changed, right? And so I really think that it is crucial that you have to get out the house, right? You have to invest in other people's workshops. You have to invest in other people's conferences, right? You have to invest in the other people so that they can come back and invest in you, right? So networking is so important.
And when you say invest, it's interesting you use the word invest, because sometimes it's just showing up for somebody else.
It is.
It's just supporting somebody else, you know, because when it's your time to be supported, you've sown seeds, you know, you've been there for other people, you've championed for other people, you've rallied for them. And then when it's your turn, you know, you have some people who want to support you and see you win too. So awesome.
And now that's another thing that I did. When I didn't know who I was, I started the website. The website was actually, I was kind of new to Houston. And so it was actually, I was supporting other people's programs, other people's events, and I would post those on my page. And so it really kept me on track to where I wanted to go so I wouldn't lose it. But it also helped other people kind of know about what was going on in the city of Houston, right? What other people were doing. So I was supporting other people in that way until I knew what I needed to put on my page for myself. So just go out and get started. We just need you to get started, guys.
Yes. So I have another question, just kind of connecting a little bit with what both of you have said about networking, even showing up for other people. So when you think about sharing on social media, so the thought when you mentioned how you would share other people, kind of for me registers with connector. You know, some people are just connectors.
That's
you know,
true.
they connect other people who need each other. And I know Sonjia is a connector. She's a connector. But I think, you know, when I think of social media and how you manage accounts and everything like that, just sharing out other people, how much of that is okay for us to do to not maybe send the wrong message to our audience, you know? So for example, if I share, and I do this personally on my social media, my personal page, I may share stuff from my friends, you know, like one day I just share, you know, I'll log on for a couple minutes, you know, even though I'm very busy, I'll do that. And that's my way of saying, hey, I want everybody to win, you know, go support this event in this town, in the other city, go support. How much of that is okay as a social media manager?
I think it's okay to share. You do want to watch, like with your business page, to not confuse anybody. If you do share it on your business page, make sure it's related. With your personal page, sharing a little is okay. Now, what I've done is I have a one group called the Business Corner. And with that, it's supporting business owners. So I'll take that information, I would share it to the business corner, and that's been connecting people. And I've been amazed, you know, just, you know, by this week, people have really been connected. I mean, it's from buying, you know, houses to needing a photographer or whichever, but it's been connecting people. And then I have another page that I use that's the Standing Strong movement. Now, that's anything that people has been really working on, that's been a movement, that's been a success and everything like that. I'll take the information and share it to that page. So it's really, you know, encouragement on one end, and then one page is like for supporting businesses.
Now we're talking about connecting.
Yes.
How can people connect with you if they say, hey, I need help right now? How can they connect with you? Tell them.
Well, you can connect with me on social media at Angela Cormier, or you can connect with me through VB Solutions 2015 on Instagram and Facebook as well. So either way, the pages are connected to me.
Go ahead, say that one more time. Get it clear.
So Angela Cormier, that's last name. I know everybody asks how to spell my last name, but it's Cormier. I know everybody from Louisiana understands Cormier. And then it's VB Solutions 2015 is for Facebook and Instagram. Also, too, if you want to just call me and say, hey, I need some help, you can call my business line at 832-376-7840, and we can have a talk, and I can let you know how I can assist you.
And this is the end of your Talk Time with
Lindsy Bivens
and Sonjia Pelton-Sam. You can always reach us and see us on Facebook, on our Facebook page, that is
Your Talk Time TV.
Until the next time, bye.